E equals mc squared. Now, I know this isn't physics class, but I bring this up to remind you that just like matter can neither be created nor destroyed, the same can be true for the equations here in this class. They must equal out in the end. And if they don't, then the equation was false to begin with. Thank you. Dr. Clark, if I keep seeing you in here, I'm going to have to start grading you.
If you do, I won't.
In one alleged incident when he was 15 years old, a male family member arranged for 2 prostitutes to take his virginity. They were told to work him over before being locked in a room with him. Instead, Michael picked up a Bible and read verses to the girls, who later left in tears.
What you do that for, Pop?
What's the matter? Corey, what's the matter?
Pop then went up to the school and told Coach Zellman I can't play football no more. Wouldn't even let me play the game. Told him to tell the recruiter not to come.
Troy.
What you trying me for? Yeah, I did it, and the boy know why I did it.
Why you want to do that to me? That was the one chance I had.
Ain't nothing wrong with Corey playing
The
football,
boy
Troy.
lied to me. I told the nigga you want to play football, you keep up with your chores, hold that job down at the A&P. That was the conditions. Stop down to see Mr.
I
Stewicki.
can't work after school during the football season, Pop. I tried to tell you Mr. Stewicki holding my job for me. You don't never want to listen to nobody. And then you want to go and do this to me?
I ain't done nothing to you. You done it to yourself.
Just because you didn't get a chance. You just scared I'm going to be better than you, that's all.
Come here.
Troy. Troy.
Pick it up. Put it on. Strap it up. All right, see? You done made a mistake.
I ain't even do
I'm gonna
nothing.
tell you what your mistake was. You swung at the ball and you didn't hit it. That's strike one. You're in the batter's box now. You swung and you missed. See? That's strike one. Don't you strike out.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
I got a quick PSA for all those people who do pranks on TikTok and YouTube. If you ever see me and my lady in the mall and we're going down the escalator, don't try to grab her hand or touch her cheeks. I love living. I love eating food. I love going to the beaches. I love spending time with my family. And I can promise you, if you do that, I won't be able to do that anymore, because there's no amount of times you're going to yell, "This is a prank." There's a camera right there to stop me from putting my foot in your...
This is not your woman. The modern black hyena is not black men's woman. She's not. She belonged to William Cartwright. She's William Cartwright's woman. He don't want to either, but she don't want to face that. We'll leave that to her. We'll let her fall on her face with that. We don't care. Because she chooses her side. That's what it is. It's not your woman. The modern black hyena does not belong to black men. She don't love you and she don't like you. And that's what.
Fasting is nothing, but a dry fast is when you don't eat or drink. The longest I never did dry fasting, close to a month, about 3 weeks. No food, no water. When your cell breaks in half, it releases hydrogen. What do we breathe in?
Oxygen.
Hydrogen to oxygen is what?
Water.
We create our own water. When the body don't have nothing to eat, it start eating up all your bad cells.
Were there any hard times where you
You don't always want to give up, but that's where we pray. That's when you tap into something spiritual. That's when you ask the Creator to give you this strength to continue this fast. When everybody coming around, you ain't told nobody you fasting, but everybody, man, you hungry? You want to eat something? That's when you understand this shit's spiritual. It's not just physical.
Do you get the compliments when you don't even say anything and say, man, something's changed?
Look at me. I look like a different person. All of this come from fasting, what you see. The cure.
If I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocked on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over I mean, just like throwing food around. But they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day, I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song was gonna change to we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, breaking out the door. And after a year, and you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, you know, with civil rights movement. We was asking, you know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're gonna do? Ask?
I put my gun away and grab my AK. It's getting hectic. I can't call it. House full of alcoholics. Now a nigga's under pressure.
This is his restaurant, and if he hates you that much to put you out or to shoot his own white brother to keep you out, there's a possibility that vanilla milkshake you want, when he go back to fix it, he could, you know, spit in it. And I'm sure if somebody spit in the milkshake and mix it up, you couldn't see it. And I don't see why you have to be sick mentally to want to force yourself into places where you're not wanted. You see the man hate you. You see they don't want you down here. I want you to leave him alone. We're going somewhere else. Negroes shouldn't force themselves into white neighborhoods, and white people shouldn't have to move out of the neighborhoods just because one Negro comes. If they don't want to sell the house to him, he shouldn't, and that makes sense. If a person don't want you, why do you want to push yourself on him? And Wallace is admitting that this ain't right, and let the people do what they want to do. They need local government where they can decide what they want to do in their own community, and just don't make some northern so-called liberal come in and bust the neighborhood up, and they all have to pack up and go somewhere else and always be
What would you say for your people? They're living in deplorable conditions in Chicago now. They're living in terrible conditions in Chicago.
This is all over the world living in terrible conditions. This is why Elijah Muhammad teaches us that they need some land of their own where they can produce and build their own homes, schools, factories, and hospitals, since they're suffering and been turned away from many of whites, and get some land. Since we helped build America to be fit to the richest states on the planet, fought in all American wars to help maintain and uphold the government, why not should we have some of the land where we can build and construct? Negroes are doctors, Negroes are lawyers, physicians, mechanics, plumbers, electricians. Why not? Can we go somewhere now and build a future for our children such as other people? Why should we just remain beggars and employees? See, Negroes are actually fighting for equality with the white man's dog. You may say, why? Well, when they say we want open housing, they still not getting nothing. The dog ain't got. The dog sleeps in the house with white people, in the bed, many of them. And Negroes want to ride on the best transportation up front with the white people. The dogs do better than that. He ride right in the front seat. I see him when the sun's shining. Dogs ride right in the front seat of the car. And Negroes, they want to eat the white man restaurant and this and that. Still, the dogs eat out the same plate. I see this. So in reality, the Negro's not fighting for equality with the white man. He's fighting for equality with the white man's dog. To be equal with the man, he needs some airports. He needs some train stations, some television companies, some water plants. He needs some farmland.
It's going to be hard to get, though, isn't it?
And not if he has some land of his own.
If he has some land.
And if the white man gave him justice and repaid him for building up this country and working 310 years.
Some people like Stokely Carmichael and Rap Brown say that the white man will not do this, though.
What the?
Aha! Now you know what it's like to come into your home and not believe what your eyes are seeing because your daughter is boo-hooing, shedding the tears.
Who the hell are you?
I am Dr. Clint Huxtable, and I am the father of the daughter shedding all the tears because the son of the mother from Bed-Stuy stood her up at the Tagliatelle Public School homecoming dance.
How did you get into my house?
The crack baby let me in.
I'm not a crack baby.
I'm really sorry. We just left your house, but...
What kind of parent would raise a boy that would make my future lawyer daughter to cry with all the tears?
Now, hold on. If you're such a good parent,
How come your retarded daughter flunked out of private school and had to go to public school?
The point is...
You better say the right thing, because I swear I will slap the sweet potato pop out of you.
All I am saying is that my little girl had her feelings hurt.
You did?
I had even asked my father if I could transfer permanently. I thought you were funny, cute, edgy, and cool.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah, my husband was looking at me in a minute.
You can look right here in this camera.
You know one thing, bitch? Don't ask me for a goddamn thing, motherfucker. Don't ask me for nothing, because I don't play this bullshit.
You don't like
Don't worry about it, man. I don't like that. I don't go with this shit. Fuck you. Get your black ass to your mammy house. You know, goddamn, we don't do motherfucking shit in my goddamn head, motherfucker. You sit out there and know what you're doing, you're lying. So I don't fuck with you. So I don't fuck with you.
You don't like
Man,
it?
kiss my motherfucker.
Brothers especially. I don't play that many sports, but in this event, I'm having a lot of fun.
You having a good time?
Yeah.
Did God really love black people? If yes, why didn't he save them during slavery? Why didn't he save them during apartheid in South Africa? The black race suffered for ages. Is he really there? What if not? What if we are on our own? The heaven and hell, it's inside a human conscious. Heaven is when you vibrate on a higher frequency, and hell is when you vibrate on a lower frequency. Whatever created the universe gave you a brain to think and a mind to remember, so it doesn't make sense that you have to bird to wake up the next day. We are one consciousness divided into multiple consciousnesses. We react the same but don't behave the same due to different experiences. Welcome to the Sanity, the home of knowledge.
What's up, man? Ain't heard from you in a while. Where you been?
Nah, I'm cool. I mean, I'm cool. It's just taking me a minute, that's all. But I'm gonna straighten everything out as soon as I get that money.
Oh. Cognac. Remember what I told you, right?
Yeah,
What I said?
it's grown man business.
It's grown man business. Boom! Woo! Got your ass.
You think if you were there, you think Will Smith would have came at you if you did a joke?
Well, I wouldn't be talking about his wife.
Yeah.
No, so he wouldn't hit me, no.
There it is.
That's a good reaction.
Plain and simple. Wouldn't be talking about that man's wife.
Yeah, but whether he talked about anything, I don't think I would still go up there with Mike, though. Like,
I wouldn't with me, but I wouldn't say nothing to me to with me.
All right.
I wouldn't with a 10-year. I used to with people because from my experience, I know anybody's capable of killing you. For my life.
It ain't worth it. I was taught at a young age the scariest person is the most dangerous one in the room.
Oh, I see. Yes. Fear. You'd be surprised.
Do anything.
Never underestimate a with boyfriend either.
Kill us. Do y'all not see an issue with it? I find it to be very problematic when they put in laws in place where it's like the new Jim Crow to keep black people very subpar in modern day time. We should be out in Jackson, Mississippi. If you don't know what's going on, start looking at House Bill 1020, following up on that, and have that same exact outrage when it comes to these political views that are being put in place to keep black people oppressed. That's why they don't want to pay us reparation. That's why they don't want to see us out here achieving. We've been subscribing to Dr. Martin Luther King ideology for a long time. Now it's time for us to get on Malcolm X level and start putting our actions with our words.
Boosie is one of them disloyal niggas, homie. He all talk. Yeah, Boosie is one of them disloyal niggas from the streets. If as your friend, if you do something in the streets, he'll let the streets kill you to maintain the street rules. That's why a lot of his friends is dead and the dark cloud sits over his head. It's speculation that it had something to do with his partner Aubrey being killed. See, when you so down with the streets, homie, you'll have one of your partners killed, like Boosie was doing, upholding them street rules. You'll forget the values of life. You wouldn't value life, you value street rules over life, so you'll kill a nigga for breaking the street rules. So when you see him on Vlad television, and by the way, any man that constantly hides his eyes is not to be trusted. That's the window to the soul. Man, you look a person in his eyes, man, when you hiding your eyes, you hiding something. And Boosie hide his eyes a lot. He will not let you look into his eyes. He done crossed a lot of friends upholding these street rules.
Promise me you'll never sleep with another woman.
I hear you.
So you will never, ever, ever think of someone else while masturbating, right?
Message received.
I don't understand. Is that a yes?
Yo comprende.
Is that a promise?
Your request has been filed.
I need to hear you say it. I promise.
You promise.
You promise. Say it.
Okay, I promise.
No air quotes.
Promises are things that lovers have.
Say it.
I promise. I promise.
Will you at least promise to go see my mom every day?
So 0 pornography, done.
Did you have a good time working with your dad? Well, no, because he tricked me. I thought it was a comedy, but it was actually a drama. What does your dad do?
Keep my name out your fucking mouth!
What have you contributed to the world?
I'm not sure if you're aware, but I created the world's most popular computer operating system.
No, of course. But as we all know, it wasn't actually you who created it. As a matter of fact, the predecessor of Windows, MS-DOS, was created by Gary Kildall, which you then basically stole from him for a couple of dollars.
It's not just development. There's a whole lot of important factors to running an enormously successful company like Microsoft.
So then let's leave the computer world for a moment. You have been a major spokesperson for COVID vaccines during the pandemic.
Yes.
What exactly makes you a computer engineer who didn't even program his initial product himself, a valid representative of the pharmaceutical industry?
I have read a lot of books about that
Yes,
topic.
but how does that?
Wait a second. And met with specialists from the field all over the world.
Mr. Gates, with all due respect, how do you feel about it now? Now that it's becoming more and more evident that the medication you were promoting, whilst having heavily invested in it yourself, thus making billions of it,
This is not how the world works.
has caused countless injuries, side effects, and death.
That's a very immature way of looking at it, quite frankly.
So here's my final question to you. Is this a behavioral pattern?
What do you mean exactly?
Taking technology from other people that you don't understand, selling a product full of bugs, causing massive damage and profiting from it in a...
First, let's start with you. Did you want to continue?
Well, I would like to continue, but I saw that I was getting beat on. I realized I don't think I have it anymore because I got the ability to stay in shape, but I don't got the fighting guts, I don't think, anymore.
When did you recognize that? At what part of the fight?
I don't know. Early into the fight. I'm just sorry I let everybody down. I just don't have this in my heart anymore.
Did you feel as though you had it coming into the fight?
No, I'm just fighting to take care of my bills, basically. I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious of my children and those guys looking at my parents. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore.
Does that mean we won't see you fight again?
Yeah, that's most likely. I'm not going to fight again. I'm not going to disrespect the sport anymore by losing to this caliber of fighters.
I knew Malcolm. I loved Malcolm. Malcolm called me the Sunday that he died. I was working Basin Street East. He said, "Brother Greg, you coming by today?" And I said, "Malcolm, I love you." And I said, "I love you so much, I don't even want to take a chance to be there." He said, "What do you mean, Brother Greg?" I said, "Well, I closed tonight, Sunday night at Basin Street East." And I said, "But I had my wife booked me a flight into Chicago at 8 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to Chicago, and I had way beneath my salary booked me into a college about 10 miles from the airport. And I'm gonna go there and speak this afternoon, and I'm gonna stay there until they tell me you dead. Because I'm not gonna let this government get two of us for the price of one. And I'm gonna call Adam Clayton Powell when I finish talking to you and beg him not to come there. Because today, the United States government gonna get you. Okay. And I'm not gonna be there. I love you. I don't even want to take a chance of my heart changing. So I went to Chicago. And when they came and they told me Malcolm's been killed today, I got back on the plane and came back here. Malcolm was killed because of another brother named DePinto. A lot of people thought he was African, but he was East Indian. He was born in Nairobi. He's the one that changed Malcolm's head from black nationalist to Pan-Africanist and made that connection from here to there. And the government said, we can't let this happen. He's the one that persuaded Malcolm when he went to Africa and stayed 7 weeks and met with all the real leaders. And then he's the one that discussed with Malcolm of bringing racism to the doorsteps of the UN. And as Malcolm was being shot dead in New York City, DePinto was being gunned down in Nairobi. All right. Same time. All right. Same time. So don't tell me about no black Muslims. The same time. Same time. Malcolm was being gunned down. Now let me finish this by saying this. And you folks out there on radio, when we cut off, that's why you should be here. Let that go right there.
Tell me, what do you think you're here for? What would you think I would want to talk to you about? I'm sure you did research on me, my life and who I am and all that stuff. But what would you think I want to talk to you about? What would you think I would want to listen to you for?
Toughest guys in the world get beaten by life.
Yeah. You said that was easy, huh? That was so easy, huh? Wow.
When you're at a concert, those people are up on the stage, correct? You're down. You're enlightening them, correct? And praising and falling out. When you're at an opera, they're low. You're high. Think about it. I'm gonna leave it right there.
My stepfather. My stepfather is the father of that child. She's not having my baby, she's having my stepbrother. So yeah, is it too much? No, not even close. Take the blindfold off. You can get a lawyer.
We gotta fight this out in court, okay? This is what you want.
Yeah, we'll fight it out in court. Everything you did.
I did it because of how you are. Look at you. John was there for us. You were not. He took care of him. He took care of me.
It's his grandfather. Are you crazy?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Yes.
What's wrong with you? His grandfather? My father?
You left us. You never cared. You never cared.
Cats are genetically spiced with snakes.
This might trigger a lot of people, but domesticated small cats are genetically spliced between snakes and big cats. Black people created them about 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. That's why it hisses like a snake and it has slits in its eyes. A big cat does not hiss, it roars. A big cat does not have slit in his eyes. They have round eyes.
No, he's not lying. But y'all see how they try to make it seem like the only way you could find a snake cat is in the Amazons? Which is a lie, because domestic cats is all around us. You see them all the time. Those are your snake cats. Now yes, of course you might find this specific breed only in the Amazon rainforest. If you are trying to do more research on this topic, please don't go listening to scientists or mainstream media, because they're gonna try to make it seem like you only can find snake cats in the Amazons, and these are the only Pacific snake cats that exist. Which that would be a lie, because as we all see, we see domestic cats all the time. These are your snake cats. But for the ones who think genetic splicing isn't real or isn't possible, y'all check this out.
This experiment started off by taking DNA from our pet lizard and splicing it together with DNA from our pet worm. We took their samples to a laboratory where we fertilized eggs, and when they were born, we could not believe our eyes. This is the world's first lizard worm. It's half worm, half lizard. And as you can see, it looks like a worm, but it has arms and legs. It does most of the things that worms do, while also doing things that lizards do. It's not slimy like a worm, and they're really soft and gentle creatures. We made about 5,000 of them and let many of them go back into the wild.
If you want more proof that genetic splicing is real and that hybrid animals exist, go check out his TikTok. But yeah, domestic cats are very ancient and special. Do research on what your spirit animal is, because you could even have a black cat as your spirit animal. But when we created these domestic cats 7,000 to 6,000 years ago, we created them from out of positive intent. The reason cats have so many amazing abilities. For the ones who don't know, there is no such thing as the number 10. 9 is the last number that you can count to. Reasons why they say cats have 9 lives. And of course, we know that cats don't specifically have 9 lives. They're not telling you the true meaning behind cats having 9 lives. What they mean by that is they can see within 9 dimensions. That's how they could detect if it's a spirit in your home. Peace and love to all I want, Ashe.
There's been about 100 billion people who have ever lived.
Wow, really?
Yes. Do you know how many people can exist? You take a look at the genes, find out how many combinations of genes can make an authentic human being. And it is stupendously larger number than the 100 billion. What it means is you are alive against stupendous odds. You are breathing air, observing sunsets, gazing into the night sky. Most people who could exist will never experience that.
Wow. It's the gift. Because most people that could exist mathematically
will never exist.
Wow. So right there you are
you are as special a living entity as there ever was.
Knock that bad boy out 10 times in a row. That same fall.
Wait a minute.
Goddamn daddy! Yeah! Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches?
A shizzle, my nizzle.
I'm telling you. Julie, what you think about that? Huh, she says.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better, Mentos fresh. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Yes, 1 + 1 = 3. Terrence Howard was correct. They have messed up our mathematical system because that was the closest thing we had to the blueprint of our powers, our magic, okay? That was our way of knowing how to clone, reproduce, how to do all things, build, be creative. That was our blueprint, and they distorted it. The times table, the time is also a tool. Math is a tool. Let me show y'all something. 1 + 1 = 3 because these symbols, pluses and multiplications, these are our powers, action. It's like the final spell that we put in to have results. Equals means results. So 1 + 1, the paper, they try to trick you and just think these are numbers and paper and that the mathematics, you just go off of this. No, these are analytics from real life. So one person, action, another person, they make a third person. The plus is now an action. So if you think about it, people would think that this is 11. It's not 11. It's 1, 1. 11 is one number over 10 because 10 is the number of completion. 11 would be 1, 1, which is one number and another number equals 2. But once you add the plus, it's like reproduction. It's like the official in the room counting how many people, but you're the third entity in the room. So the plus cannot be counted out. Look, 2 plus 2 is 4. If you don't believe me, 2 times 2 is 4. This is how you know it's all screwed up. If you were to take away this plus symbol, it would be 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and guess what? It'd be 4 people in the room. But once you add the plus, it is now action. 2 people procreating with another 2 people, and they will make one other, which would make that 6. So 2 times 2 is not 4. Multiplication is now our cloning, X chromosome. So if you have 2, you would have 2 people times 2 over 2 people, then you times it 1, 2, 2, 4, 6. So 2 times 2 would be 6. You see how they mess with the numbers? Because we used to go with Roman numerals, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. But now they want to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now they want to number it. And then when you number it, that's what throws our whole magic off, because it's 1 body, 2 body, 3 body, 4. 2 plus 3 is going to equal 5. But these 2 plus this third number equals 4. You get it? These 2 are going to make one more body, and then they can make another body. You see, this is the trick. Pay attention. 11, 12, 13. We have 10 fingers, 10 toes. So that means that this is 1 over 10, 2 over 10, 3 over 10, over 10. Very familiar to you guys, 101. We will talk about that. But now this is where the binary codes come in. 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 2, which still means 2 people, 2 entities. We have 1 entity, and then you have 3 entities, which makes it 4. This is our math. This is our real algebra. This is called reproducing, multiplying, cloning. This is all of our magic right here.
Just remember, no matter how complicated the problem, the solution is always logical. Math, and life for that matter, are very reliable in that way. All you have to do is logically work through the problem, and the solution will appear. Numbers are very rational, except, of course, when they're being irrational.